In the background right now, you've got a song that probably sold well over 3.5 million copies. It's a song which was recorded by two very dear friends of mine, Sonny and Cher. And I must tell you people out there watching our scene that it is a delight to have them back with me here at the scene. So come with me and meet Sonny and Cher.
Then we say,
Hi, Cher.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Sonny.
Hello, Jerry. How are you?
Okay, I don't know if you heard my introduction, you know.
Very nice introduction.
Did you like that?
Yes.
Because it really, honest, it's been a while since we've seen each other.
It's been a long time, yeah.
It's been since the first show.
With the Supremes.
With the
remember?
Supremes.
We had our first
came
pilot
down.
for the
Yes,
network, you know.
we came down and worked with them.
What have you been? I know since then, you know, even though we haven't seen, I've been following what you're doing. I know that you have the big motion picture act right now with Cher, and most people think that, well, Sonny and Cher, the only thing to do is record. Right?
Yeah.
But that is not so any longer, right?
No, same for you, right?
We're doing a picture. We did
Yeah,
one. We
that's
did
what
one.
I understand, that you shot a picture, and I heard you're very good in it.
Well, I don't know. Actually, I think the man that we have to thank for that is a friend of yours too, Mr. H.G. Peters.
Yeah.
We did
Yeah.
the picture right here, and I understand you're going to be doing a picture here too, right?
That's what I came down here for, to look at this marvelous complex that we're in right now, and the facilities here actually are better for the kind of picture that I want to make than the facilities in Hollywood, because Hollywood, well, you've been there, and you know how traditional conscious
It's the
they
budget,
are.
right? I
Yeah.
guess that, as they say, which would kill you
Well,
in Hollywood.
Right.
the tradition way they shoot as well. I mean, there's a certain tradition that they follow. You know, you do this because why? Because that's the way you do it. And
How did you get into the movie thing, though? You know, and most people, I don't know if you realize this, but most of the Sonny and Cher songs that were out were produced by Sonny. And I guess before you really went into it, you were producing songs for other people too, right?
yeah, unsuccessfully. The only successful song I had before Sonny and Cher was "Needles and Pins," that I wrote.
Was that the English group that did it?
Yes, the Searchers did it,
Right.
and Jackie DeShannon did it here. And it was a very successful record. But up until I met her, there was something missing. And it sounds corny to say that, but it's true. There was an element missing. And then when we got together, I guess she was the element, you know.
The inspiration?
Yeah. But primarily, I've always wanted to produce. I just sang because she was frightened of singing by herself. So I always geared our songs so that I had very little to do in them, that I didn't feature myself.
Someone said, is it true that you produced your own picture, that you had to go out and raise the money, that the script that you had for Chastity, that not too many people
Well,
believed in it?
He wrote it, and it was our money. We used our own money.
We just begged, borrowed, and stole, and what we had accumulated, we put it back into the picture. And you said why? I think, you know, Jerry, what happened in music 7, 8 years ago. There was a revolution or an explosion where the kids, the young people, started making the product rather than
The independent producers.
yeah,
we
rather
say.
than the
The
A&R
Deckers,
man,
the RCAs with the
capital,
big money,
yes. And this has to happen in the motion picture industry now, in the next media. I think the young people have to do it. And I think the significant thing that's happening now is you've made a picture. Peter Fonda has made a picture.
Easy Rider.
Easy Rider. We've got a picture out. Another friend of ours, Frank Perry, who
Sure,
made
last
David,
summer, right.
David
right,
David,
last
Lisa,
summer.
and last summer. And all of us have had a lot of trouble getting into this next media.
So consequently, you had to put up your own money to prove your own point, in other words.
In this
you're saying,
particular case, because you're subjugated to restriction if you don't. You have to be prepared to take a gamble if you want to do something your way, you know.
That's tough. You know, they were talking about Paul Newman, and Paul Newman had been under contract to Warner Brothers for years and years and years. He comes up with a picture called Rachel, right? Now, you would imagine a big name like Paul Newman, one of the major studios,
Would
would
take
say,
it
like,
immediately.
right, that
Yes.
we produce it. He, just like you, had to go out and put his own money into
Yeah,
it.
I was very
He
aware
also,
of
I mean,
that.
his wife is an Academy Award
Right.
winner, and also, I mean, that kind of
It's not
shakes
just,
you up.
Bullet was made under
Steve
duress.
McQueen, right?
Right.
Bonnie and Clyde was, people don't know this, but Bonnie and Clyde was produced by Warren Beatty. They know that. But that picture was released in what we call a multiple release. I don't know if you know what that means.
An area release?
No. That means the picture goes out everywhere in 1 week, everywhere in the country.
And then they took it back and put it on the can.
And then it plays in the drive-ins, and whatever money it makes, that's it. Now,
it was their token thing to Warren Beatty.
Now, I didn't know
No,
that.
I know. Now, that picture was released, and it was over. Next case, as far as Warner Brothers was concerned.
How did they get it on again?
Well,
Demand from the people.
the public started
Wow.
calling and saying, you had a picture. Are you going to run it again? Well, they got enough calls to where Warner Brothers said, let's throw that picture in a theater and see what it's going to do.
Do you know something? Isn't that, though, you're from the record business.
Right.
Isn't that just like the record business?
It parallels.
Right? You get a regional hit, let's say in
Exactly.
Philadelphia or New York City, and the record company will not spend X amount of dollars, right?
Exactly.
Unless they get a reaction, let's say in
reaction.
Baltimore.
Yes, a reaction. So that's always the what do you call it? The bogus that you're stuck with in the entertainment business is the administrators want a reaction. If there is not a reaction fast,
zip it.
they go to the next thing.
Also, like the record business, the people in the motion picture business are very old, and they don't like young
Was
people.
antiquated?
Yes.
Ah.
Yes.
And they don't like young people's, ideas. And when
It's
Sonny had this conception, they said, well, it's nice, but it's a fairy tale because you can't make it for that much money. It would cost millions of dollars, and
I think they have to start to get with it, though.
Yeah.
I think they are. I think
what they don't
slowly know
realize
they're
is
blowing it.
is like you and us. They don't realize that we change. They go with the label
kids
that we
change,
had, that the
right?
kids change, right? Like you probably got labeled years ago.
Stereotype, the Geator
Yes.
with the heater, the boss with the hot sauce.
We got labeled, and we're stuck with that thing. And then eventually, as you grow, you want to break that stigma that you're followed with, because Sonny and Cher are two bobcat vests with long hair, and nothing else. Two lucky people.
I must tell you something, though, and you please forgive me. I have not seen the picture, but I understand it is magnificent, and I think that this is the change. I think that's the one
Knock on
thing
wood.
that is needed to make the transition. Was it tough, though, Cher, for you? This is your first thing, right?
Right. I don't want it to sound conceited, but it was easy. I mean, it just kind of.
Well, you being
fell
yourself?
in.
Yes.
Kind of, yeah. I was.
Wow,
I
that's
was
so
kind of
beautiful.
groovy.
How was it for you?
Well, I'll tell you something. It was difficult for me because
Uh-huh.
in the picture that we did, Sidecat, I played the part of a young fellow by the name of Richard Cahill. And as you mentioned a little while ago, you're typecast. The Geator with the
Right.
heater represents rock and roll.
Right.
Here I play a young guy who falls in love with a married woman
Uh-huh.
who has to be very sensitive because she is a married woman, and you're doing wrong. And at the end of the picture, like, I go through the changes. So there is a moral also to this thing that, if you're going to hang out with fire, you're going to get burned, but that's in the script. But with you, it must have been a delight.
I understand you did just magnificent in it. And I must say, I see where I'm guilty of things, because when people, I was very curious when they said that you were in a picture and you took on this tremendous role, because I had labeled you, which is interesting. I'm as guilty as everybody else. And they said, no, he's really good. And I said, well, good, and I know now what people, how easily that label can come into a situation.
It's so tough. It really is. And I don't think the average public really realizes that. They say there's a big successful, let's say in your instance, right?
Right.
Sonny and Cher. But most people must realize that if creative people are creative people, that they have to constantly grow and grow and grow. And it's not easy.
Right, you have
It's-
to grow and you have to keep moving.
We haven't produced any stars, though. I mean, real lasting
Out of the younger
stars.
set, you're
right.
saying, like the old Bogarts, the
Yeah.
old
No, there
Cagneys,
aren't
and all of
any.
those people?
We went through a period where we didn't
We're
produce anything, so they just kind of discounted us.
We're on the Mike Douglas show as well in Philadelphia, so we're here for two reasons: to look over this complex for movie-making facilities, and also to co-host on the Mike Douglas show. And today, Mike said, I'm really glad you guys came on. We're really having fun. But he said, I must admit that when they said, get Sonny and Cher for co-hosts, he said,
Same
I said
thing,
yes,
right.
with a lot of trepidations. He said, I said yes because of the name value, but he was very worried about it until we...
And every day when he introduces, he says, I just can't tell you. He says, these people are really nice. He just can't believe it.
Why is that? Now, that's another thing here. Why is it? I can understand maybe the public, but I'll tell you what. before I get into this, would you do me a favor for your fans who are out there? Would
Sure.
you sing a song?
Sure.
Yeah.
Huh?
We'll sing the one that started it all, okay?
I got you, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got Cher.
Yes.
Okay, folks, Sonny and Cher.
They say we're young and we don't know. We won't find out until we grow.
Well, I don't know if all that's true, 'cause you got me, and baby, I got you.
Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe. They say our love won't pay the rent. Before it's earned, our money's all been spent.
I guess that's so, we don't have a pot, but at least I'm sure of all the things we got.
Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe.
I got flowers in the spring. I got Cher. Wear my ring.
And when I'm sad, you're a clown. And if I get scared, you're always around. So let them say your hair's too long. I don't care, with you I can't do wrong.
Then put your little arms in mine. Ain't no hill or mountain we can climb.
Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe.
I got you to walk with me.
I got you to talk with me.
I got her kiss goodnight.
I got you to hold me tight.
I got you to hold my hand.
I got you to understand.
I got you and I won't let go.
I got you to love me so. I got you, babe.
Thank you.
Sounds like laughing.
Yeah. I haven't heard you sing in such a long time live, but you do it so great. You really do.
I have a lot of practice.
We haven't done.
You still into the singing bag though? Now that you're in the movie thing?
We're working Vegas supper clubs.
Nightclubs, it's a
Nightclubs.
different thing altogether.
You know what? Going back to what we were talking about before, a few of us, like the Supremes, Glenn Campbell, I
Dion.
think Dion, us,
Tom
have
Jones.
gone into another level
Bag.
of entertainment.
What bag is this?
Yes.
We're kind of like football. We're trying to appeal to everybody.
Hey, that's tough though. That's not
Yeah, it
easy
is.
because this show is trying to appeal to everybody. You know, we talk to young people about their hang-ups and their problems, but then we go into the rock thing, and then we go into the adult type of thing. That's not an easy thing to do.
No, not now, because I think right now, for some reason, everybody is putting an age bracket on everything you do.
That's so bad.
It's so bad.
That's so bad because
Yeah.
I maintain somebody 40 years old, if rock and roll is in good taste, can enjoy it just as a kid can.
And
Well, today we were working with Margaret Whiting, Sonny,
Right.
and she did what the world needs now is love, and she did it groovy.
Hey,
She
listen,
did it
not
well.
to interrupt, because we're running out of time. Would you do me a favor? You're going to be doing a picture here, right?
Right?
Would you stop back and we'll sit and rap again?
be a
Love
pleasure.
to.
Okay,
Thank you.
Jerry.
I have to leave.
Okay.
See you in a while.
Nice seeing
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.